Please read the disclaimer. Holy smokies, it ain't no jokes. What is happening with the crypto market? What is happening with XRP? Are we going to see now the market continue to sell off on the potential of Japan starting to do what Japan needs to do? um, Maybe. We'll talk about XRP. We'll talk about the crypto market. Well, also, there is some actually good news for XRP that came out today. It's not reflecting in the price action, right? But there's a little bit more factors that are weighing on the crypto market right now that are bringing it down. But we have to give the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? I tell you every single day to those of you who watch. And by the way, I really appreciate all the encouragement this morning. I was feeling down a little bit and got lots of encouragement, so I felt better. I was like so out of it this morning that I messed up the title. And there was, when you upload a video, it gives a timestamp, and you guys clicked on the video even though it was just a timestamp. So I really appreciate that. It's an interesting day so far. XRP is broken, of course, down here price wise, currently at $1.89, down 4% on the day. It's not just XRP though, it's also Bitcoin that's down to almost 2.5% at 86,000. Ethereum is under $3,000 here, -4. Solana is at 125, -3.35. And the whole crypto market is down here, lots of red. I just wanted to see if there was maybe a gap that had to get closed. Not seeing anything critical here. But as we remember that we talked about a few weeks ago, right, we're continuing to see the crypto markets move like this in a sinus wave kind of up and down and up and down and up and down. And now we're in the down part. And you remember I told you that last time we closed the gap, we also saw something similar, right? So I'm not surprised that we are seeing this price action. I know that it gets frustrating. I know, believe me, it's frustrating for me as well. We broke the trend line here. We broke the trend line also for Bitcoin. And XRP, by the way, it bounced. Sorry. It was actually holding a little bit. You can see here there was the support zone, but then it broke down. But it's not just XRP here. Again, this all happened right as the stock market started trading. It seems that this is something that is happening over the past few days. The stock market is creating sell-offs, and that is creating this situation where leverage is flushing out a lot of the holders, right? So you can see here in the last 12 hours, again, we have 676 million that is liquidated. Ethereum 150, Bitcoin 150, XRP 13 million. Whereas in the S&P 500, yes, there was also a sell-off. So you can see as soon as the stock market opened, we saw a sell-off, but it's only down -0.05% on the day. So if you go over to crypto, we're down 2.39 and XRP is down 4. It's different scale, and this is because of the leverage, okay? And this is, I think, is affecting the market. We are also back to extreme fear under 20, so we're back to 16. If this continues, if Bitcoin continues to sell off and the market continues with this way, we might even test the 80,000 range once again. It will be very interesting to see how that plays out, again, with the economic data that we're having this week. But I think what's really affecting the crypto market is, we talked about this potential manipulation coming from the stock market, but what is really happening is Japan. I think that a lot is being affected by the whole Japan situation. It's scaring investors. Japan to start selling 500 billion in ETFs. Japan's central banks to begin selling its 83 trillion $434 billion ETF holdings as soon as next month. The Bank of Japan will sell slowly about 330 billion yen per year to avoid market shocks, a process expected to stretch over 100 years. So they're doing that slowly, but again, when you have this, and you have the rate hike that is coming. And we know that history in March 2024, we had minus 23. In July of 2024, we had minus 26. And then in January, we had minus 31. So will we see another drop this week? Well, we're already seeing a drop down. The question is the shake already shooken, or do we continue to shake and the shake happens more after the interest rate reduction? So what do I mean by this? What I mean is, again, I said this, I think last night or also this morning, it could be that the market is selling off on a predetermination that the market is going to sell off once Japan raises interest rates. And then we might have a situation where it's already sold off and then it's cheap enough that the market is like, oh, well, we already dropped, 30%, 40% from the high, 32% right now. Bitcoin is down from the local high. So maybe that's enough. Like maybe that 32% is enough. And now we can come back. Or are we going to drop another 20, 30% from here, which again is a possibility. Right? If we do like 25, somewhere around that, we'd be around 60,000 and 30% would be 60,000. Do I think that it can get to 60,000? Anything can happen. Do I hope it gets to 60,000? No, I don't hope. I actually hope that we recover here. But if it does end up dropping 50% from the high, so that would be 125 dropping all the way to 60,000, it's not something that we haven't seen in the past in the crypto market. And yet, if you invest long-term in the crypto market, in the cycles, you usually are in the green. Again, it doesn't mean that every single time the market reacts the same. A lot of people are talking about the first quarter. I know today is not a great look, and we did break here the trend, but we'll see. Again, economic data, we could get some good news, okay? Now let's move on to a little bit more positive news, right? A little bit more positive news. We got the spot quoted XRP and SOL futures live now on CME. So we're waiting for this, and now we're going to have that possibility. Again, another place to trade XRP. I hope it doesn't get these gaps and manipulated and all that, but it's probably going to happen. Will it be good for XRP? I think in the long term, people have more places to trade and invest in XRP. I think the better. But it could open it also to manipulation. So we have to take that into consideration as well. RLUSD is expanding to layer 2s using wormhole entity standards for native secure transfers and will become the first US-based trust-regulated stablecoin on Optimism base Inc. on-chain and on-in-chain, Unichain, I think. This will enhance utility for XRP and RLUSD by creating premier liquidity pairs with wrapped XRP across these chains. The multi-chain future is accelerating. Also read today about Solana, how it's opened up for Solana users as well, now on Phantom Wallet. Here it is. I forgot to bring that up. XRP is now possible for Phantoms, 10 plus million users to cold swap and use XRP natively. No bridges, no wrap tokens, no friction. Okay, so again, this is another new users, new demands, deeper market depth. XRP just leveled up. And so this will be very interesting to see. Again, another factor. And this was, I don't know what this is. I think something is coming for Coinbase. They have been talking about this for a while. 17th system updates. We'll see what gets updated there. Maybe it has to do with XRP. Maybe it has to do with Ripple. I don't know, but we will see. And again, another positive thing that's happening for the crypto market. SEC Gov Crypto Task Force will host a roundtable on financial surveillance and privacy featuring 2 panels of industry participants. The event will be live streamed. Again, another positive event that's happening for the crypto market. And again, a lot of these news things that are happening, they don't affect the price action. But for long-term sustainability of the crypto market, of XRP, these are good things, right? And this gives XRP a stronger lore, right? Many times, they'll do analysis. I don't know if you guys know, I'm a big NBA fan, right? Before that, I just want to remind you that everything we talk about in this video is only my opinions. It's only for educational purposes and for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. But on that, I like basketball, right? And so many times we'll talk about the fact that a certain prospect in the NBA draft has a higher floor, meaning that he's a really good player, right? And he's probably going to be, a good, maybe he'll be an all-star, but he's probably not going to be, a first team all NBA, which is like the 5 best players, probably, right? But his floor is good. He's probably going to have multiple all-star appearances and he's going to be a very good prospect. On the other side, there's prospects that maybe their floor is lower, but their ceiling is a lot higher, right? And in that case, you could have a bust, right? That they wash out of the league in a few years, or you could have one of the top players in the NBA, right? And by the way, usually the number 1 draft pick is not a top first team all NBA. It's interesting. So it means that people get it wrong many times. But I think that everything that's happening right now will give XRP and the crypto market a higher floor, right? All these good things that are happening will mean that long term, I think that the floor of the price action will be higher than potentially would have been if we wouldn't have got all these good things that have been happening over the past year. Okay. Now, again, I don't know what the price action is going to do in the short term, long term. I hope, right? I'm bullish long term. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the price is going to be. Everybody that claims that they know, or if this and this happens, then this price is going to happen, they don't know. They're just throwing out numbers. Okay. And maybe they'll be right. Could be, right? They might get lucky and it happens, but most likely it's not. Okay. So just remember that when you're scrolling on YouTube and you see other people that are not me. You can only watch me. I know. No, of course, you can watch whoever you want and support people and spread the love. I'm okay with that. Of course, I hope that you watch me every single day, but I know that in the current situation, some people lose interest and it's fine. But you, thank you, thank you, and I hope you. My son. He has hearing aids. He hears, but not, he has some sort of deficit. And so in his kindergarten, they teach sign language. So I notice he's 5.5. He's starting to sign as well. So I'm learning sign language as well. Don't forget to smash the like button. Check out the links in the description down below. And subscribe. I said that, yes. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you next time.